I love the idea. I'm not keen on the name, I have to say, Burka Avenger, because Burka tends to have a negative connotation, such as not being empowered and being oppressed. But I really like the idea. For example, I love the fact that she's dressed modestly, unlike Western superheroines who tend to be objectified, sexualised and have enhanced cleavages, which can obviously send out very negative messages and have a negative impact on male attitude. But other than that, you know, I thought it was fantastic. Probably a little bit thing that I wasn't keen on was the fact that perhaps you know, her face was covered. So given the context, I would have liked to see her face uncovered, particularly because although there are many Muslim women who wear the face veil out of choice, there are many others that are forced to wear the face veil or manipulated into believing it's a choice. So I think given the context, it would have been nice to see her face. I do know that superheroes and heroines tend to be masked, but there are many others that are not masked. So, but on the whole, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Potentially it might develop in that direction. Of course, the characters generally evolve, don't they? So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Who do you think will watch it?
I think children. I think it's aimed at children, and I think that's brilliant because when children are growing up, they're exposed to very negative images about women and girls, particularly about what they can and cannot do, particularly what they cannot do. And they're given a perception that women are second-class citizens because of culture. And I think this can actually change mindsets and try and have that positive influence to attitudes when they're growing up, not just for girls but also boys. Because if boys are seeing negative negative perception of women as they're growing up, that then when they're older they have negative attitudes towards women. And also girls, when they sort of see around them that they can't do many things, they sort of grow up to thinking, well, this is our destiny, you know, we are destined not to have our rights. So I think it's going to create a debate. I think it's fantastic. And actually, do you know what, this cartoon reminded me of a Catholic cartoon in Mexico called Cato Coladas. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but it's done by Catholics for choice. And in that, the main central character is actually a nun, and she challenges priests and challenges religious fundamentalism. And in the same way, this is what this cartoon does. And I think it will be really, really positive. And I think activists need to use all the tools to try and make that change.
You say aimed at children, but given the descriptions that we've just been talking about, some children might not want to watch and some children might not be allowed to watch.
Of course, you know, all children in Pakistan will not be able to see this cartoon, but the children that do see that cartoon, I think it's a start, it's a catalyst. It might then act as a catalyst for more innovative initiatives like this, other cartoons. So even if it's having a small impact, I think that's what matters really.